Coming up on Valley News Live at 10, the widow of a fallen Grand Forks officer speaks out for the first time. Plus, the CDC joins the FDA in advising COVID-19 boosters. And thousands are turning to pulling their teeth in order to save on expensive fixes. A look at the measures some are taking to take care of their teeth. Valley News Live at 10 starts now.
This is Valley News Live at 10.
What happened was always going to be hard, but I'm trying to live more by him, and we will be okay.
The wife of a fallen Grand Forks police officer is honoring the father, husband, and hero tonight in an interview you'll only see here on Valley News Live. 29-year-old Cody Holty was tragically killed in the line of duty on May 27, 2020, after he responded to an eviction notice turned gun battle. Holty left behind his now 2-year-old son, Gunnar, and wife, Mandy. And today, Valley News team's Bailey Hurley sat down with Mandy, and she says she wants to thank the community for the overwhelming support and love, and she asks you to remember Cody as more than a hero. It's a story you'll only see right here on Valley News Live.
I know Cody's in a good place, and it's a weird way of saying it because he's not here, but he is a man of God, and so am I, and I do know he's okay, and we will be okay too.
Clinging to her unwavering faith, being a good mom, and making her husband proud are just a few of the things that help Mandy Holty get through the tough days.
Just try to picture him happy, and he was happy, like, almost all the time. So it's not hard to do.
Together 8 and married just shy of 4 years, Mandy speaks of a romance full of love and support.
He made me feel comfortable and protected, but also he was just a sweet person.
The Holtys welcomed their son Gunnar in July 2019, just 10 months before Cody would be tragically taken from his new family.
Cody wanted to be a dad really, really bad, and he only got a day shy of 10 months, but that was like probably the best 10 months of Cody's life, to be there for Gunny. He won't know Cody the way I want him to, but I can help him get through it.
But remembering his dad is something Gunnar is already doing on his own.
Every police car is Daddy's car. Everyone. No matter if it's a sheriff or a police car, but it is, and he knows. He knows who his dad is. Every night we say our prayers, always, and then he goes and he kisses his dad, and every morning, good morning, Daddy. Every time before we went downstairs, like if we're rushing, because sometimes we're late with a 2-year-old, we have to go back up and we have to say it.
2021 has come with serious milestones for the Holty family, bringing the 1-year anniversary, the conviction and life sentence of his killer. And just last week, Holty was honored at the National Law Enforcement Memorial in Washington, D.C. Things Mandy says haven't exactly brought her closure, but have helped in moving forward.
He's always a hero to me, and I think he is a hero of the community, which I'm proud of.
She emphasizes she'll never be able to thank the community enough for the love and support shown to her family in the last year and a half, and says she hopes no one ever forgets the man behind badge number 639.
I want people to keep moving. I hate moving on. That's not the right word. It's moving forward. But still remembering. I don't want it to always be what happened. I want it to be how he lived. And so I want the community to remember him as a hero, but that he was more than that too.
Now, 2 of those things that Mandy says all of us can do to remember Cody differently comes down to car washes and bologna sandwiches. Mandy says Cody loved car washes and would smile ear to ear going into one, and jokes she doesn't understand why, but she says that he loved bologna sandwiches. So whether you go into the car wash in the future or just drive by one, or if you're at the grocery store this week trying to decide maybe if you should pick up ham or bologna for the week, she hopes you think of Cody and that it brings a smile to your face. Cody, bologna, and car washes. That was a sweet, touching story. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, well, it's a sunny but chilly day out today, and Hutch is in now with a quick look at your forecast. What's going on, Hutch?
Well, I got to tell you, things are already cooling off very rapidly. Now, this morning we saw some temperatures in the 20s. A near full moon still out there. That's the Hunter's moon. Oh, big and beautiful. Take a look at those temperatures this morning. We had mid-20s in Fargo, low 20s in Grand Forks and Hallock this morning, and temperatures near 20 in Roseau County. Now, already, this is current temperatures. We have those 20s in Grand Forks, Langdon, and Hallock already. So inside the white circle here is where things are the coldest, and now we're starting to see a little burp of precipitation pushing in from the west. I'm not seeing any evidence of this making its way down to the ground. Pretty dry, but I can't rule out a sprinkle or flurry, with temperatures that are going to be by morning in the low 30s in Fargo, Grand Forks, just a little bit colder. So we'll start out in the 20s. Coming up in a minute, we'll talk about the extension of some cold weather into your weekend as well here in a moment.
A little burp, huh?
Yes.
All right, thanks, Hutch. Well, new at 10. Tonight, the Fergus Falls School Board made the decision to end their mask mandate after an October 10th meeting, but one person who spoke at the meeting may have been punished for doing so. Valley News Team's Alex Larson went to Fergus Falls to talk to a parent who was at that meeting.
At the Fergus Falls School Board meeting, Dr. Jeff Horak of Lake Region Health Center spoke to the board about the mask mandates.
Sounds to me like he is just very, very respected. It sounded like he is very, very respected at our healthcare provider.
Yesterday, Lake Region said the longtime general surgeon no longer practices there. The announcement by Lake Region happened less than 2 weeks after Dr. Horak spoke at the school board meeting.
I think that he came out and he didn't voice any opposition or promoting mask mandates in any way. He didn't say whether or not they are or are not effective. All he came out and said was that it is the parents' choice. And I think it was heard loud and clear. And to hear that he was terminated likely over that, it's saddening.
People on Facebook have been showing support for Horak by posting with the hashtag #IStandWithHorak and changing their profile pictures.
See the community's outreach and support of him, even those like myself who didn't know him personally, to just thank him. And you know, he's the one that put his neck on the line, and he's the one that made the sacrifice, and it was all for us and our children.
Lake Region Health Center has not said whether or not his termination was a result of him speaking at the meeting. In Fergus Falls, Alex Larson, Valley News Live.
Some locals are now planning a protest in support of Horak for Monday. The CDC does recommend that all teachers, staff, students, and even visitors at K-12 schools mask up while indoors, regardless of vaccination status. Well, as we see that winter weather approaching quickly, people are beginning to crank up the heat. I know I have for sure, but there are some renters that still need their landlords to turn their heat on. Some apartments say that tenants can use heat year-round, while others only turn it on according to their building policy, which can obviously cause some problems. If you've run into issues getting the heat turned on where you live, there are some resources available.
If you're having issues with your own landlord, contact the city. They'll have additional resources for you. Cass County Public Health is possibly could be another resource if your landlord is truly not helping you. Start reaching out to your local authorities.
A good reminder to talk with your property manager about the heating policy where you live. Well, the Haitian gang that kidnapped 17 U.S. and Canadian missionaries provided proof of life for all of them today. The gang's leader also posted a video saying he'd kill them all if his demands, $1 million per missionary, aren't met. The news comes as the interim head of the Haitian police today submitted his resignation. And deputies say a 42-year-old woman is dead after she was hit by blanks from a prop gun fired by actor Alex Baldwin. Now, the accident happened today on this movie set in Santa Fe, New Mexico. The producer of the film, called Rust, says 2 crew members were also injured and have been taken to the hospital, one in critical condition. Rust is a Western that stars Alec Baldwin. The FBI has confirmed that human remains found in a Florida nature reserve are of 23-year-old Brian Laundrie, the fiancé of Gabby Petito. Laundrie went missing last month, and the discovery of Laundrie's remains comes nearly a month after Petito's body was found in Wyoming. The identification comes a day after both a bag and notebook belonging to Laundrie was found by authorities.
There's going to be a treasure trove of information within that backpack and definitely within that journal.
Laundrie was not charged in Petito's death, although he was indicted for allegedly using 2 financial accounts that didn't belong to him in the days following her death. Now, the director of the CDC is backing the recommendation that booster doses of both Moderna and Johnson & Johnson COVID vaccines be used. The director also endorsed the mix and match approach to boosters, saying eligible people could choose whichever vaccine they'd like. This comes after the FDA gave emergency use authorization yesterday for booster doses of the Moderna and Johnson & Johnson vaccines, as well as authorizing the mix and match approach. Still ahead tonight, thousands of Americans don't have a dentist in their entire county. Our investigative team looks into the issues that stem from that.
Well, the high clouds moving in from the west, a gorgeous sunset on this chilly Thursday. More cold weather Friday morning. I'll have hour by hour details. Join me. Weather is next.